Hey, everybody. We're going to do a little podcast episode. I guess we're going to call this a podcast, and I'm going to get very honest with you. I'm coming to you humbly, not so much as a talking head, but more as like a friend. This is just a real conversation. Not going to edit this, not going to polish it up. At least I don't think I will. And I just wanted to talk to you a little about life, about some things that are important that I felt I just wanted to talk about this. And that's first things first, God's will. God's will is pounding at my door. God's will has been pounding at my door for a long time now, about this channel, about just some things in my life. And God's will has been knocking at my door, and I haven't been trusting it. I've been afraid. And you can probably tell from the quality of this channel. I don't know if you've noticed, but the videos have been kind of hither-tither, helter-skelter, all over the place. There's not really a cohesive thing here on the channel, and that's because I've been kind of towing the line. I've been kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in the Lean Secrets world, 1 foot in the Brenda Turner world. So I gotta just change what I'm doing and let go of Lean Secrets, because I am not Lean Secrets anymore. I haven't been Lean Secrets for a long time. Lean Secrets was a whole different person. I love her. I love what she helped me to learn. I love the path that she put me on. And she's a part of me, a little part of me forever, but I'm not her anymore. I'm no longer Lean Secrets. I love health and fitness, but I am no longer called to teach about that, at least not as my primary subject. And I haven't for a really long time. I've always loved health and fitness, but more as like a devotional practice. And there's nothing wrong with health and fitness. And it's very important, it's very important. Health and fitness is very important. But I don't love, let me just talk to you real right now. I don't love health and fitness content. I don't love the feeling that it's meant to elicit. I don't like what it does to other people. I think a lot of the health and fitness content right now is what it is. It's for looking better, and I like looking good, and I like, if you want to look good, go for it. But I just am not drawn to that anymore. I just don't think that's very important. It's not important to me. And it's really important to talk about what you feel is meaningful and important and things that you're interested in. And I don't really have an interest anymore in getting a six-pack. Like, I usually have a pretty good set of abs, but if I don't, I don't. And I don't really care to dissect this anymore. I don't really care to talk about health and fitness anymore. I don't ever resent like anything that I've ever done. It's not like I was ever coming on here doing things I hated, but it just doesn't feel authentic. It just feels so like wearing two left shoes at this point. So I know a lot of you guys subscribe to my channel on the premise that it's a health and fitness channel, and you subscribed maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago or something. So I don't blame you for not subscribing. I've lost some subscribers in the past couple months, and that's okay. I don't blame you. But going forward, I have to honor God's will, because God's will, hashtag no religion, hashtag no, not a Christian, but God's will is a thing. And we're going to talk about this in a minute here. God's will has been pounding at my door constantly for the better part of like the last 5 years, especially, that it's very important for me to start living as who and what I am. And I've been doing a little bit of that here on the channel, but if I'm going to show up anywhere, I have to really honor who and what I am. And I got to really like come in, kicking the door open and saying, hey, I'm here. This is me. God's will for me is that I feel and receive love, and that I give love. And it's very simple. And also that I feel peaceful and joyful inside. That is God's will for me. And when I'm not honoring myself and I'm not showing up authentically and I'm not really, truly, authentically expressing what's in my heart to give, I am not receiving, I'm not loving myself. I'm not giving love. I'm not in a space of love. So that is lesson number one for me. And hopefully this is helpful for you. So God's will, a lot of people are looking outside for God's will. They're like, where's God's will? What does he want me to do? What does she want me to do? The universal will, the prana, the chi, the life force, the Tao, God's will, the universal will, it is always moving through us, always. And the one and only will of God is that you receive love and give love. And those things that make you feel loving and that make you feel lighter inside, that's how you know God's will. And so the shape, we look to the shape of our lives as like, okay, does God want me to build this house or does God want me to build this house? Does God want me to take the left or does God want me to take the right? Does God want me to go to this state or does God want me to go to this state? God's will, I've from my personal experience, God, he, she, the universe, the creator, doesn't so much care about the left or the right, the which state do you go to? God wants you to live in that space of love, no matter what your choices are, no matter what the situation is. So when I'm sitting here biting my nails, like, what kind of videos should I make? God's will is like, look, baby girl, I want you to fully express who and what you are, and I want you to make videos that you want to make. I want you to share what's on your heart to share. I want you to fully express who and what you are on the inside out. And it is so important for me to live in congruency, to be congruent outside with what's inside. So for a long time, even right now, I've got to be honest with you, my inner world and who I am inside, I live a lot of it on the outside, but not 100%. So my goal is to get those lined up so that you, when you see me and you hear me and you see what I'm teaching and you see what I'm living, it's the same exact thing as what's on the inside. And it's the same exact thing as what's in my heart. That is God's will for me. And so I can very clearly discern, like I said before, going forward, my intention with this channel, it's got to be clear. I can't go forward with one foot in Lean Secrets world thinking, oh, I'm scared to follow God's will, because what happens if, it all just falls apart? That's what the ego wants me to worry about. There was a time when I went into, there's been lots of moments in my life, tons of them, where I went into a space of somebody who knew something that I did not know, a teacher of some kind, spiritual teacher, workshop leader, facilitator, somebody sharing something of self-development or spirituality. And I felt a sense of homecoming, like a coming home. And then I learned these things and I actually learn them and integrate them and try them out for size and feel even deeper a sense of homecoming, a sense of release, a sense of freedom, a sense of peace. And I remember one specific time when I went into a yoga studio, and it was like I'd been doing yoga for a long, long time at that point, but I went into a yoga studio, and for some reason on that particular day, I was struck by this grace that I can't describe to you. It was just this beautiful, peaceful feeling, the present moment, and I were merged as one. And I just felt this peace wash over me. And there was literally nothing in my head, no thoughts, no resistance to the present moment. It was just perfect. And I've had that experience many times since then. But that one experience, in that moment, I knew that is what I want to do with my life. I want to bring this feeling to other people. I want other people to experience this. Even if you only experience it a few times in your life, to just know that when you get to experience that, you just understand that is the truth. It's an experience. It's a felt knowingness. It's something that you have with you forever. That peaceful feeling is what I intend to bring to you. That is what I want now to help others to experience. My primary intention going forward with this channel, with everything I teach, with every bit of work that I put out, with every event that I put on, every single live session, is to help you to come home to yourself, to help you come home to the truth, to help you to realize and feel and embody your true nature, which is peace and love and wholeness. And that there's nothing outside of you right this moment that could make you more complete or whole. And not just as an idea, and not just as a concept, but as a felt experiential knowing. So I've been lucky enough to study with a lot of different kinds of teachers and to actually have these tools to help people to experience these things firsthand. So a little background, I don't have any religious leanings. I do love all the sacred scriptures, but I don't really care so much about ideas or ideologies. I really am more interested in the felt experiential, actual living the stuff. So let's talk about God's will really quick. And I want to just give you some very practical ways to know God's will. And if you don't like the word God, replace it with some other idea or concept. But this is very practical. This is a practical spiritual lesson here. So there's a force that put you on this planet, whatever you want to call it. You were placed here on this planet at this time for a divine purpose. And there's not a single accident here in the universe. There's no such thing as a chaotic universe. You can take one 10-minute walk in nature to know that's the truth. You can look at a flower and know that's the truth. Everything's in divine, perfect working order, including your birth. So you have this air flowing through your lungs. You've got this blood pumping through your veins. You've got your heart beating. That is the evidence that you need to know that for whatever reason, there is a divine creator, life force, something keeping you alive. You're not keeping yourself alive. There's something that gave you life and something that's keeping you alive. There's nothing in nature that's kept alive without a purpose. There's no such thing. Everything serves a purpose. The air serves a purpose. The grass serves a purpose. It's all this beautiful symbiotic relationship. And so you are no different. You have a divine purpose. There's a will. That's what the word God's will is. The term God's will is just pointing to that you have a purpose. You're here for a reason. A lot of people get all tripped up and tangled up in thinking that that they've got to find their purpose in their job. Your job might be part of your purpose. But for a long time, I looked to ascribe my purpose. I put my purpose into my work. For a long time, I was doing lots and lots of work and rushing towards this horizon of success, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. Once I get to that horizon, man, oh man, that's my purpose, to get to that horizon right over there that everybody's talking about. All the self-help books that I read on success and everything, nothing wrong with that stuff, by the way. That serves a purpose too. But you can definitely get all tripped up in it. Oh my God, the horizon, the success dot that's over there, the certain whatever, subscriber number, certain amount of dollars in the bank account. Holy moly, I can see it. I can taste it. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. And then it just keeps moving away. That's what I found. That horizon never, ever, 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 ever arrives. It's just always, always remains a horizon that you never arrive to. And the ego has created this illusion of a horizon with a purpose way off in the distance that you have to get to, but you never, ever, ever arrive. Whether it's the husband and the picket fence, the perfect career, the perfect house, a brand new wardrobe, fancy car, certain amount of commas in your bank account, all of it's off in the horizon. It's always going to be in the horizon. So that's not your purpose. Your purpose isn't some arbitrary horizon that the ego has created. Goals are fine, but that's not God's will for any of us. Those goals and those pursuits, those things that you want to manifest, those might be part of your divine purpose in terms of understanding that you are capable of doing anything and everything. You are unlimited. But it's not so that you can, chase after those things. That's not God's will. Those things aren't bad. It's just not God's will. So God's will for everybody, what I know for sure, not believe what I know, the truth that I know is the purpose for all of us is love, to receive love and to give love. That's the whole thing. That's it. It's real simple. Now, each of us has been given a divine set of gifts and talents and circumstances, and we're each placed in these unique situations and opportunities at every single moment of our lives. Throughout your life, the places and the situations will change. Things will look a lot different year by year, day by day. Things will adjust, things will shift, things will change. And you, my friend, your purpose is always to figure out the unique gifts and talents that you have at that very moment to give to others. That's it. And here's another really important part about God's will. This is an amazing part about God's will. And this is a truth that you're going to want to write down. That to get anything, you have to give it. You cannot get anything in this life until you give it. You can't get anything in this life until you give it. So you better make sure that you understand that if you want things, the best that life has to offer, you have to give it away. That sounds like a contradiction, but you have to totally surrender all of it. Surrender it and give it away. Give away your, for instance, time. If you're worried about not having enough time, that's a really good opportunity for you to see you need to give more time. Give it to other people. Give somebody 5 minutes of your time. Or like I'm doing right now, I'm giving my time away to you. I'm giving this time to you, this time that I, of my life that I'm never gonna get back, and neither are you, but I'm hopefully in this moment, in this time that we're spending together, giving you something that you can actually take with you for the rest of your life. And so giving your time, giving your attention, giving your love in any moment, that's the purpose. So taking all this stuff, for example, my gifts and talents right now, I can feel God's will really strongly in my heart, in my head, and my mind, and my body. I need to share what I've got to share. I need to teach what I have to teach. It just feels light in my heart. So that's your key. That's your ticket. That's your clue. Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? If it feels heavy, that's not God's will for you. That means your ego's gotten involved. That means your ego's got some tricks up its sleeve and it's trying to get you to lock yourself in a prison and swallow the key and get you stuck in your head, get you thinking and ruminating about things. So is God's will knocking at your door? Yes, it is. Always, always. So you always just listen and then you trust. So you have to listen first for what is God's will. What are my gifts and talents? How can I give this away? How can I really give more? And then when you think you've given enough, give a little bit more. So how can I give what I have to give away? Let me give this stuff away. Let me offer my gifts to the world. And then have faith, which I have been lacking. I've been lacking faith in this channel. I haven't been trusting God's will in this channel because I'm like, oh, I don't know who wants to hear from me talking about God's will, for instance. I just have not been trusting it. I haven't been having faith in it, but I have to now. It's just gotten to the point where I just have to. So you will eventually come to having faith one way or another, but faith is the next step. Having faith and then taking action. So that's what I'm doing right now, is taking action towards God's will. The good news is there's no wrong moves in this game, as Ram Dass has said. There's no wrong moves in the game. So no matter what, when you're uncertain, if you're not sure, that means that there's no right or wrong. If you're not sure of a path to take, it means there's no right or wrong. It means that whatever path you do take, it's going to teach you something valuable. It means go ahead. It means God's up there like you can't. God's not up there, by the way. God is in us, but God's for the sake of illustration, God's up there like, do what you want. It's all good. You're safe. You can't make a mistake. It's all good. Final thing I wanted to say, we're on, this is a cliche, but I find it a very useful cliche. We're on a little tiny blue marble that's flying through eternity. There's no, we are each a speck of sand. There's no risk here, honestly. It's all good. It all seems really, 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 really do or die. It seems very dire. It seems very, oh my God, rocking back and forth. What if I picked the wrong thing? What if? It's not that serious. It's that serious. It's that important. There is a seriousness to the fact that we are all meant to give and receive love. That is so important. That is very important. That is no laughing matter. But then the rest of it, it's all the ego just trying to get in there and shoehorn its way into the thing and say like, hey, but what about, but what about, but what about? It's all good. Anything that's not of light and love is just of the ego, and you don't have to stress about it. So you just pick your path, listen to your heart, follow your heart, and start taking action on it. And that's God's will for you. And there's no wrong moves in the game. So what's to gain from following God's will? Freedom. Freedom. That's the only thing that you could get from following God's will. There's no risk to it. Following God's will is completely without risk. It's not without risk to your ego. You're probably going to lose some things that your ego really, really wants you to hang on to, but eventually you'll see also that those things are for the best, that those things that you're letting go are definitely for the best. Anything the ego really wants you to hold on to, it's a prison. It's a little form of a prison for you. It's something that's holding you back. It's something that's keeping you from your joy and your peace and your happiness. So that's my little riff on God's will. Okay, so going forward, this channel has been very inconsistent because of the fact that I haven't been honoring. It would have been so much easier for me to show up and just talk about what's on my heart instead of manufacturing, like trying to figure out, trying to know what exactly is going to hit. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to show up and honor what's on my heart and share with you what's on my heart. And more importantly, give you things that will be of value to you in your life, that will help you to feel peaceful, that will hopefully offer you a voice of sanity in this insane world, that will just be a space of homecoming when you come here. Okay, so that's going to do it, my friends. I've got a community, and it's called the School of Transformation, and that I will say has been a pretty authentic expression of the things that I have in my heart, and that has been a very valuable that has been a very valuable resource for the students that have joined the School of Transformation. So if you're interested in joining the School of Transformation, you can check that out at brendaturner.com/transform. We do sessions every Sunday, and we'll probably be doing a live online retreat coming here soon. Sundays, every Sunday, we do a group coaching session, and those are very, very fruitful. So I'll look forward to seeing you in there if that sounds like something you're interested in. And if not, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody. Are you kidding me? You made it all the way to the end? You are a real one. If you want to keep the party going, you're going to want to check out this video about highly sensitive people and nurturing the highly sensitive person. That one, you're not going to want to miss. This is stuff I wish somebody would have told me about years ago. If I could rewind the clock and give myself one video, it'd be this one.